Are you tired of syncing your audio in post? Me too. So I've been using this right here. This is the Zoom PodTrack P4, and I've been using this to connect my XLR microphone and syncing my audio in post so I can use this right here, the Rode Pod Mic. But I'm trying to make things a little bit easier on myself. So don't get me wrong, this thing has been pretty helpful. I can connect 4 XLR microphones to it. Also plug in 4 different headphones to monitor my sound. It also has a little sound pad here that you can program different sounds to. I have some things programmed to them, but honestly, I don't use them. It takes an SD card here on the side. You can also power it by a DC adapter, which I don't have. So it's kind of annoying because right now I have to use 2 AA batteries, and batteries in this don't last that long. It has been great using it, but today I got something new. So earlier this year, I got this right here, which is the Rode PodMic USB in all white. I think it looks amazing. Thing is, I need to connect the XLR to some sort of recording device, such as this, and then I sync the audio to my video in post. Lucky for me, I'm a Sony shooter, and Sony makes things quite easy for us content creators. So I picked this up. This is the Sony XLR K3M, and it attaches wirelessly to the hot shoe mount on top of my camera, which I shoot on the Sony ZV-E1. But I also use this camera right here, which is the Sony A7C II, and this guy works on both of them. So let's unbox this and see what it comes with. Well, actually, the box kind of tells you what it comes with. We'll unbox it anyway. So this piece of equipment is actually not cheap. It's about $599, but it is on sale on Amazon for $548, so I figured I better go ahead and grab one. Have you ever seen this many instruction pamphlets in one case before? In one item before? Sheesh. Okay, so first thing is, it comes in this really nice Sony carrying bag. It's actually quite lightweight. There's a little grab handle here. And if we open it up, I actually already took the item out, so I have this out, but everything else is in here. Comes with a wood muff or a dead cat, because it does also come with an XLR shotgun microphone, and this is the Sony ECM X1. I'm not really going to be using this, so I'm going to keep it brand new in this little pouch. Now, in case you don't want to actually mount this guy to the top of the camera, it's lightweight, but your camera can get a little heavy. It does come with this right here, which you mount this top handle, which we'll go over in just a minute, into here. The cable's quite short, but you have to mount this part to the hot shoe on top of the Sony camera, which Sony hot shoes are all smart. I believe they're called like M hot shoes or something like that, but they have smart connectors where everything is wireless. So we'll keep that nice and safe in there and put this back in here because I'm not gonna use this right now, but maybe I will sometime in the future. Now let's get to the good stuff, which is this right here. So here's a little overview of it. So when it sits on the camera, because this part here will mount this way to the camera. So on the back, you will have, which this is actually really nice too, it has a little flip up screen. Analog, digital. The newer cameras are digital signal, so I'm going to use digital. And then you have 2 different channels, which honestly you have 4 channels. So there's 1, 1 and 2, 3, but then there's just also 2. And I'll show you that in a second. When we come here to the side, it's broken down into 3 sections. Input 1, input 2, and input 3. But then you have another one which is going to be input 1 and 2, so that's where the 4 comes in. So you can do 0 decibels, plus 10, plus 20, and then auto or manual. I generally like to use manual, but a lot of people do use auto, and I think that's going to be fine too. Then you have your manual gain knob right here. So you have line, mic plus 48 volts. The other side is just the Sony brand. Then on the other side here, you have input 1 and input 2, which are both going to be XLR. But you can also plug, like, I don't have one here, but say you have an instrument, the jack can go right inside of there. So this actually doubles as 2 different jacks. And then you have input 3 right here, which is just going to be a 3.5 millimeter cable. And then the microphone that it comes with can go right in here. But I don't use that. I'm not going to be using that. I'm going to be using the Rode pod mic that I have right here. So let me get this on the camera and we'll see how everything sounds. Okay, so now I have the pod mic attached via XLR to the top handle, which is sitting on top of my camera right there. Let me show you what that looks like. So that's what it looks like. And I have the settings set to manual. Let me know if it sounds good, decent, bad. I don't know, maybe it doesn't sound good at all. I'm gonna switch it over to auto and we'll see how that sounds. Okay, so now, same setup, but now the K3M is set to auto. And judging by the audio meter, I think it's gonna be okay, but I'm not sure. All right, so now I'm back to the manual settings that I had before. Let me know if you guys hear a difference and if it sounds good or not. I'm not quite sure. I won't know until I get into post, and then I'll find out, and I'll probably have to play with the settings a little bit. I'm not sure where the gain should be quite yet, but I do think it's going to help my editing process go much smoother and quicker. If you guys want to check the K3M out, I'll make sure I leave a link down below. It should still be on sale for about $548. As of this morning when I checked, it was. And don't forget to tune into my channel on Sundays at 3 p.m. because that's when my vloggery episode drops. And if you haven't checked it out yet, I'll leave a card up here. It's a fun time. Come along for the ride. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all soon.